G'day, and thank you for listening to or watching the BlockWeb Beat podcast, recorded on Tuesday, the 18th of June at a bit earlier than scheduled. We're at, what are we, 6:40 p.m. AEST. On this week's show, crypto cools right off. Elon Musk called out to tackle cryptocurrency scams on X. Blockchain tech, a potential lifeline for the flailing boxing industry. How Upland turns players into neighbours. Navigating toxic online abuse and harassment in Metaverse communities. Bluemoon, the latest to suggest they're going to redefine Metaverse experiences. We've heard that a few times. Momentum, full speed ahead towards an industrial metaverse. AI study reveals personalized cancer treatment strategies. AI might save teachers time. Yep, that's me. But at what is the cost? Sorry. Wu-Tang Clan's secret album is now available as a $1 NFT. Tech entrepreneur suggests mainstream companies may have adopted NFT loyalty programs prematurely. There's an opinion piece out. How does Web3 gaming tackle its reputation problem? And a potential play to earn giant in the making raises over 4.5 million in pre-sales. Plus, as always, we ground ourselves with some real world insights with a few doses of reality from the Meatsuitaverse, and that means it's time for the disclaimer.
Warning, the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved, contains content not suitable for anyone.
Righty, let's start things off, as I always do, with a take a look at what's happening in the current crypto markets. Yes, this week the global crypto market cap slid by 4.2% down to 2.36 trillion, with Bitcoin holding 54.8% dominance, a 0.9 increase from last week. Is that right? Yes, seems to be right. The Fear and Greed Index dipped to 55, shifting from greed to neutral sentiment. Bitcoin fell by 3.2% to 65,500 and change. Ethereum dropped 2.6% to 3,440. Notably, Wax plummeted a whopping almost 40%, down to 0.039 USD, and Engine also tumbled almost 29%, down to 19 cents. Solana decreased by 12.2% to $136 and change, while Ripple slightly rose by 1.7%, flirting with the 50-cent mark. EOS and Polygon also saw significant drops, with EOS down 22.7% to 56 cents, and Polygon falling 16.7% to 55 cents. Cardano declined by 13.8% to 38 cents, and Avalanche sank 20% and changed to $26.66. In meme coin news, Shiba Inu plunged 23.1% down to, I'm not even going to try and read that number, but it's very small. And among other notable mentions, Gala fell 28.3%, Theta dropped 32.9%, and play-to-earn favourites also took hits, with Axie Infinity down over 20% to $5.84, and Decentraland dropping 24.2% back down to, what do we got, 32 cents and change. Numbers like this, when stuff like that happens, I'm going to have a solid look at restarting my dollar cost averaging this weekend. Not financial advice, do your own research, yada, yada, yada. But that looks pretty damn juicy to me. Anyhow, sticking in blockchain crypto news, in a recent plea, Binance co-founder Yi He has urged Elon Musk to address the rampant cryptocurrency scams on the social media platform X, which Musk owns, of course. Yi He highlighted a specific impersonation scam where fraudulent accounts mimicked her handle and directed users to fake links promising Binance-backed meme coins. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. She clarified no such coins existed and warned that clicking these links would result in financial loss. Despite the prevalence of such scams, which lead to nearly 50 million in losses each month, according to Web3 anti-scam company Scam Sniffer, Musk has yet to respond or implement specific measures against crypto scams on X. This call to action underscores the need for robust security protocols to protect users from such fraudulent activities. Probably even more important than that, as I said, is if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So best to be avoided. All right, sticking with blockchain news. Blockchain tech is poised to revolutionize the boxing industry, believe it or not. So by addressing its fragmented ecosystems and the gross mismanagement that takes place. The integration of decentralized blockchain platforms can streamline processes, enhance transparency, and provide financial opportunities for underrepresented amateur boxers. Article goes on to say that blockchain can facilitate secure cross-border transactions, combat corruption, and empower boxers to monetize their brand through fan tokens and NFTs. Initiatives like the Ready to Fight platform aim to unify the boxing community, leveraging blockchain to create a fairer and more accessible industry for all of the stakeholders. Moving on, let's see what ChatGPT pulled up for this image. It's a bit of a funny one. So in Upland Metaverse News, in a recent interview, David Pasquette, aka X1 the Gamer, who is the head of community at Upland, highlighted how Upland turns players into neighbours through its emphasis on social elements in game design. Upland fosters lasting connections among players by integrating communication, collaboration, and consequences. I thought there was there was an extra one. Communication, collaboration. I thought there was 4. Maybe it was connections. But yes, consequences into its ecosystem. This design philosophy shifts the focus from competition to community, encouraging players to build, collaborate, and interact positively. The game balances anonymity with visibility, promoting ownership and accountability, reducing toxic behaviour, and creating a respectful and engaging virtual environment. This approach serves as a model for other social platforms and underscores the future of online gaming as inherently social. I don't think I've ever heard Upland officially use that 4th C for consequences in any of the press materials, and speaking from personal experience, that is a timely addition indeed. Sticking with Upland Metaverse News, now you might have heard or seen last week that I was subjected to a significant dose of unnecessary harassment and toxic bullying from some fellow Upland community members. This experience has been challenging, of course, but it has reinforced the importance of standing up for yourself against online abuse. Upland management has acknowledged my official complaint and have said that they will be monitoring the situation, as of course will I, closely. I want to express my heartfelt thanks to the many people who reached out in support both publicly and privately. If you find yourself in a similar situation, it's crucial to seek help and speak out immediately. Reach out to friends or community leaders, report the behaviour, and don't be afraid to share your story. Online abuse and harassment should never be tolerated, and together we can create a safer and more supportive environment for everyone. And don't worry, it'll take a lot more than that childish nonsense to get me down. In Metaverse News, Bluemoon is redefining the Metaverse. As I said, I think we've heard that a few times. Anyhow, Bluemoon, this innovative platform, offers immersive cross-platform virtual experiences without the need for VR headsets. Initially a B2B solution, Bluemoon created virtual spaces like mansions and hotels for NFT owners and events. Now it's all about user engagement with smaller dynamic environments and metaverse analytics. Bluemoon's Blue token powers transactions, and AI tools enhance user-generated content and NPC interactions. Accessible via smartphones and PCs, Bluemoon is making the metaverse more inclusive and interactive, bridging the gap between advanced tech and everyday users. This matters because it's making the metaverse fun, accessible, and ready for everyone, according to Bluemoon. Right, in other metaverse news, the industrial metaverse is transforming how industries operate, combining digital twins, Industry 4.0, and advanced tech to create interconnected real-time virtual environments. Unlike consumer-focused VR, the industrial metaverse emphasizes efficiency, accuracy, and collaboration in industrial settings. Examples include Siemens' Accelerator Pro platform, showcased at CES 2024, which integrates various tech for industrial applications. Navi's and Siemens Smart Infrastructure's collaboration enhances facility management through accurate spatial models. NVIDIA, or however you pronounce that, everyone seems to butcher that name. NVIDIA's Omniverse discussed at their 2023 GTC conference supports real-time collaboration and simulation. Hexagon's HXGN Smart Sites offers real-time data visualization for managing large facilities. And lastly, Mercedes-Benz's partnership with Navi's digitizes factory workflows, exemplifying practical industrial metaverse applications. Talked about that pretty extensively before. You imagine, like, if you're a technician or something, and instead of going and reading the instruction manual to how to fix something, well, you're probably going to be wearing a headset and it's pop-up screens and who knows what else. Pretty interesting stuff, that. All right, in AI news, researchers at the University of Oxford have developed AI-driven personalised cancer treatments aimed at preventing patient relapse. The study, combining mathematical modelling and deep reinforcement learning, focuses on creating adaptive therapy schedules for prostate cancer patients, doubling the time to relapse compared to traditional methods. This approach, detailed in Cancer Research, leverages synthetic data to tailor treatments dynamically, overcoming drug resistance challenges. The AI model's interpretability ensures clinicians can prescribe these adaptive strategies confidently, further studies are planned to refine this method for other cancer types. Yeah, I played around a bit with this myself. Not medical diagnosis so much as I was on, as part of the health thing my doctors got me on, I was on a whole bunch of supplements and bloody vitamins and this, that, and the other thing. So I got on to ChatGPT one day and I took screenshots of everything that I was taking and the dosage and told it all the stuff. And it kind of, through some backwards and forwards with it, it kind of worked out a better schedule, like ones that are better to take together at nighttime, daytime. So I don't know, pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't go replacing my GP just yet. Right, in other AI news, now this one's kind of very relative for me, having spent 4 hours on AI this afternoon, as I do. AI in education can save teachers time, but at what cost is the call? Integrating AI into classrooms is complex, raising questions about the value of time-consuming tasks in education. As generative AI tools become more prevalent, they offer efficiency, but might sacrifice the depth of learning experiences. The concern is whether students will miss out on valuable experiences that take time and effort to master, like creating citations manually, which builds deeper understanding. While AI has great potential to augment creativity and support learning, educators are urged to consider what might be lost in the rush to adopt these technologies. Now, I'm going to go back to that point. Like creating citations manually. My gosh, the 10 years I spent at university, citations were the bane of my existence. I used to sit down and grind those out. I'd type those out manually, even before I'd really start to write up my assignments or whatever, because to get to the end of an assignment and then have to do that was grueling. So I tended to get that out of the road. If people can use an AI tool to do that, well, why the hell not, I say. That's just my 2 cents. Anyhow, in NFT news, Wu-Tang Clan's Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, the legendary album that was supposed to be kept secret for 88 years, is now apparently available as a $1 NFT. Released by Pleaser DAO, the digital art collective that bought the album from the US government for a whopping $4 million, the album's public release is accelerated by 88 seconds every dollar earned. Collaborating with Crossmint, Holograph, and Privy, the album is on the Base blockchain network. This unique distribution democratizes access to the album, allowing fans to own a piece of music history. Proceeds benefit Wu-Tang Clan members, preserving the group's artistic vision while reaching a wider audience. But yeah, if the whole thing was supposed to be kept under wraps for 88 years, I don't really get that part of it. Anyhow, in other NFT news, tech entrepreneur Juan Otero, CEO of Travala, suggests that mainstream companies may have adopted NFT loyalty programs prematurely, leading to their apparent failure and tarnishing their reputation of NFTs. Otero argues that these programs often operate as trials, limiting participation and reward attractiveness. He believes that integrating NFT rewards as part of a free membership could be better onboarded for users. Despite setbacks, Otero remains optimistic about the future of NFTs and the Metaverse, especially in creating engaging experiences without costly VR headsets. As the industry matures, successful NFT loyalty programs could drive Web3 mass adoption. I get what he's saying, but surely you've got to try these things before you're going to dive in and take them on board too fully. But yeah, I guess it would be a bit of a pain if you started it and it's only a temporary thing, but who knows? Maybe those NFTs or whatever that you get from it, maybe they're going to be a bit more valuable because of that. Right, moving on to Web3 gaming news. Web3 gaming has exploded in popularity, of course, but it faces a serious reputational problem, apparently. Lars Rensing, CEO of Protocol, explains that while innovations like play-to-earn models have drawn interest, the user experience has often been neglected. Many Web3 games are criticised for their low quality compared to traditional Web2 games, leading to poor player retention, and skepticism among traditional gamers. To overcome these issues, developers must focus on creating engaging, narrative-rich games and simplifying the onboarding process for Web2 users, prioritizing user experiences, and integrating smoother technology transitions as keys to attracting and retaining a loyal player base. Now, I think it's pretty obvious that we had the wrong slide there, or I missed the slide. Did I? Maybe I did. Oh well. because I think this is for this one. So another Web3 gaming news, Play Doge, a new play-to-earn mobile game that merges meme coin culture, yeah, that's for this one, with nostalgic 90s virtual pet experiences, has successfully raised over 4.5 million in its pre-sale, featuring the Play token, which serves as the in-game currency. Users can care for virtual Doge pets through activities like feeding and playing. The project has garnered strong backing from the crypto community and industry experts. The roadmap includes plans for app testing, mini-games, community airdrops, and expansion on centralized exchanges. With its innovative... How many times do I bloody say that word through a show? Anyhow, with its innovative approach and substantial developmental milestones, PlayDoge is set to become a major player in the crypto gaming space. For more details, visit playdoge.io. You know, I should tell ChatGPT. Use different words for innovative, because I can barely bloody say the thing. All right. Now, in Meatsuitaverse news, in the Australian Meatsuitaverse news, a Melbourne man's late-night KFC craving turned disastrous when he drove the wrong way through a drive-thru and got stuck on the curb. The 42-year-old, who was allegedly drunk and unlicensed, caught the attention of staff at the Doncaster KFC. Victoria Police arrived at the scene and discovered his Honda sedan lodged on the curb. Despite refusing an evidentiary breath test, he tested positive for alcohol. His car was impounded for 30 days, costing him $913.70, which is the price of 115 Zinger burgers. Victoria Police humorously remarked that mixing drinking and driving is an unoriginal recipe for disaster. The man now faces charges and fines for his drive-through debacle. I had a lot of fun getting the image up on ChatGPT for this. Sometimes ChatGPT is weird. If you try and do a brand thing, like if I tell it to do a KFC image, it'll just wig out and say, no, we can't do that. That's copyright infringement. Sometimes it'll just rip it off totally, like just here. Bit of a strange one. All right, in New Zealand Meatsuitaverse news, there seems a bit of a theme going on here. Chaos has recently unfolded in Dunedin as a drunk teen drove in reverse, here we go again, around the octagon with no headlights on, right as a nearby bar emptied out. The 19-year-old was stopped by police and recorded a whopping 925 mcgs of alcohol per litre of breath, over 3 times the legal limit for adults, with the limit being 0 for under 20s. His licence was suspended for 28 days, and he's due in court. In another separate incident, a 68-year-old man, wasn't me, also driving without lights, almost collided with a police vehicle. Despite having an alcohol interlock licence, his vehicle didn't have the device. His car was impounded and he faces drink driving charges. Yeah, lifestyle advice, don't drink and drive. And lastly, in the Japanese Meatsuitaverse news, chaos struck Tokyo streets when a go-kart driver, part of a popular tourist activity, ignored a stop sign and crashed headfirst into a taxi on Hibiadori in Minato Ward. The incident, happening on June the 4th, involved the go-kart flying out of a side street and colliding with the taxi's front left wheel. Fortunately, nobody was injured, but the crash highlighted ongoing issues with go-kart tours, including noise, traffic violations, and road rule disregard. With over 100 complaints and 12 accidents reported last year, locals are increasingly frustrated. This latest mishap might push the government to consider regulating or even abolishing these tours. Yeah, just if you are going over to Tokyo and you're going to take part in these, just know that that system is completely unregulated and you're literally taking your life in your own hands. In other news, my gosh, trying to get this image for ChatGPT tonight, I had to generate this about, I think it was about a dozen times. It just kept showing a go-kart just smashing people, like blood and gore everywhere. It can be a funny thing, the old ChatGPT, at times. Anyhow, that's the beat for this BlockWeb week and a glimpse into some of what's currently making news inside, around and outside of the Metaverse and in the Meatsuitaverse this week. If you'd like to get involved in any of the Upland Down Under Meditainment productions, or if you have an Upland NFT or Metaverse product, service or event to promote, then send me, Ben68, a DM and or get yourself on into the NBA server, which is linked in the description. If we don't catch you on Thursday, have a good weekend and we shall catch you later.